a house help will just wake up one morning, 8 a.m., you're preparing to go to work, and she's going. And the kids are on holiday. My eldest daughter is just 13 years. So with all the fears, cooking with either LPG or charcoal, then you're stuck. But now what I do, I just set my EPC, time it, and then go to work. I call her, and because it's timed, when the food is ready, it will automatically switch off. So I'll call her and tell her, checking the EPC, the food is ready. So as a working mother, it has really, really changed my life.
Thank you very much, Zainab. I'm informed that our guests about oh my goodness, health and safety. Are we safe? Thank you for assuring us. For those of us that have not tasted the food of an EPC, please start working out your appetite. Today, make sure you taste food prepared in an electric pressure cooker. Yes, I want to invite my colleague. In a special way, the silence was intended to usher in our Honorable Minister, Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa. We wanted her to come in quietly because she's one of the team of experts that are going to prove us today. So we wanted to allow her to come in quietly, take a seat before she embarks on the duty of the day, cooking for us. And seated there is our other expert. But I would like to invite my colleague Tony to lead us on the other step.
Thank you so much, Nick. No. That shouldn't definitely be part of clean cooking. But you're most welcome, Honorable Minister and Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please get up on our feet and have the anthems. DJ, let's have the anthems, please. may be seated.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tony, for that. Honorable Minister, once again, you're most welcome. I hope you're ready. But before you embark on that obligation, we have some people here that have fears of using electric cooking. And amongst us is one of those that have lived in that line of fear. Fears of using electricity is expensive, fears of electricity will, it will blow up and the likes. And what is surprising is the person to come here is an engineer. So if an engineer is that scared, what would have happened to a layman? I would want to invite Victoria to share with us her experience.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming and for making that time to be here. Yeah, it's my first time to speak before a diverse group of people, but yeah, let me settle down. I'm okay. Yeah, 10 years ago, a friend gifted us with a percolator. I gave it away. I was like, I don't want anything to do with electricity. It's very expensive. Okay? So I was scared, like most of us here, about cooking with electricity. But I went for further studies and I discovered climate change, carbon emissions, and that's when I knew that we had to find a way out for, an alternative to charcoal. Yeah, I don't know. Just a minute, please. I'm still trying to think. Yeah. So, after my studies, I did some research about cooking with electricity, and then I discovered the induction cooktop, and then the electric pressure cooker, and then the percolator. I did some calculations, and it didn't seem bad, like that percolator I gave away. It would have consumed maybe 0.2 units, but I thought still that was too much. So I went deeper into units, the cost and everything. Yeah, and then I discovered 0.2 units is actually 200 shillings. And then the beauty is you do not have to sit there and wait and, just put it on and go do your things. Yeah, so we bought some appliances at home, and according to my calculations, I had an idea what units they would consume, and I checked on the Yaka meter. We all have the Yaka meters, not so? Yeah, when you switch on your appliance, you first make sure you switch off everything else. Yeah, so what I'd calculated in theory, I measured on the Yaka meter. And there was just a very, very slight difference, losses and it was really the same as the theoretical calculation. So I was hooked. I'm like, why did I start on this before? Why all the hassle before, thinking you've got everything figured out, to get a big kettle, a 10-liter kettle to boil water on charcoal, and then you wait, and then the mess with charcoal. I'm like, I'm done with that. So after confirming that what I'd calculated and what was actually used, I got more appliances. Yeah, that's the rice cooker, the slow cooker, and those other things. I delayed a bit to get the pressure cooker, electric pressure cooker, because I had nasty experience with the manual one, the one for putting on charcoal. I put it on. I got distracted a bit with some other house chores. And then, you guys, I don't know if you've experienced that explosion. So electric pressure cookers, I was like, maybe it also burst, I don't know. But I was so wrong. I was so wrong. Electric pressure cookers, basically, you put it on and leave it alone. Switch it on and leave it alone. And you go and do your things. When it's done cooking, it will alarm and you wait for the pressure to decrease and you go and open and serve your food. And then there's this other thing like pressure cookers are just for beans. Beans and peas and those are things that take long to cook. Yeah, but you can virtually cook anything on the electric pressure cooker. Anything that needs frying, steaming, stewing, I don't know. The only thing maybe too they do well is baking because, it's covered and the steam gets back and makes the whole thing messy. But any other local food you can think of, katogo, a mixture of beans and and cassava and and the beauty of it all is you do not need to babysit the food. Okay, I could have put it on in the morning if I came here, and then by the time I go back in the evening it will be there warm, cooked. Okay, yeah. So my initial fears of maybe it also explode and no. It's not the case with the electric pressure cooker. You just put in your food, time it, seal it, and leave it alone. Yeah, when it has finished cooking, of course the pressure is still high, and that's a very, very good safety feature. These other manual ones, there's that hissing sound. But with this one, it can either depressurize by itself or you can depressurize it slowly. But either way, if the pressure is still so high inside, it will not open. If you force it open by, I don't know, getting an axe or, I don't know, yeah, you get burned. But those are drastic measures. By the time you need an axe to open it, is just telling you firstly, I'm not ready to what? Yeah, so it's a great safety feature. There are many other safety features, but I know you'll see them with time in the demo. Yeah, so if you own a smartphone and you're connected to the power, there's no reason why you should be having charcoal in your home. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Victoria. Together with other trailblazers, they have made electric and smart cooking safer for us all. So, ladies and gentlemen, like we earlier informed you, we have cooking experts in the house today that are going to be demonstrating, just like Vicky has shared her experience. So, join me, welcome Her Excellency Kate Airy, Honorable Dr. Ruth Sentamu, and Honorable Feta Godfrey to our kitchen this afternoon to demonstrate what clean cooking feels and is like in our 21st century.
Just a moment.
So to those of us that can't hear what's going on over here, our cooking experts are getting cooking protective equipment, which each of us should have at home. That's an apron and a hair net. It's adjustable.
Just because it's going to fall.
Sure.
People to just wait, there's 5-6 people, if you can identify. Please, in case you are unable to go here to view what's going on, the screen over there is showing us exactly what's on here. So you don't have to turn your neck, just look on the screen and you will witness whatever is happening here. As my colleague has indicated, our senior chiefs are getting ready to prepare a meal.
So honorable, is it tight? So to ensure we balance the boat, we are going to randomly select. We agreed that the men can also cook. Yeah? So we have Honorable Feta. He's the Vice Chairperson of the Oversight Committee, under which Ministry of Energy is. That is the Committee of Natural Resources and Environment of our Parliament. He's also representing our political fathers in the House. I'm going to randomly select someone of a male figure from this segment here to join Honorable Godfrey in preparing our sample meal. So wherever my hand falls, please join our smart kitchen in demonstrating clean cooking. So Joseph, you're joining the kitchen to see how the World Bank food feels like. So to those that haven't met Joseph Kapika, he's a senior specialist at the World Bank handling the energy sector. So I'd want to see the energy he has this morning as we prepare food that is electronically cooked. So our cooking experts for this afternoon are geared up, and they will just be giving us insights of what meals they are going to be preparing this afternoon.
Can I use this?
Good afternoon, good morning everybody from wherever you're joining us. We are very happy and excited for the innovation. My name is Chef Henry Wanyama. Just to take you through something very simple we're doing today, we have quite a variety of foods here, predominantly Ugandan food, because we are in Uganda. We have some matoke, that is from the central region. Then we have some kalo, which cuts across the east, the west, and the north. We have some beef, we have some potatoes, and what we're going to demonstrate here is just something simple, just how these machines work and how effective and efficient they are. Once again, you're welcome, and we're honored to demonstrate before you. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want me to do that here?
Okay, I'm given another responsibility. Now we have, I have scared guests in front of me, but I have assured them they are safe because there are knives and fire around, so they're in the safest place. Near here with Rachel, Her Excellency here, we will be in this section handling potatoes, beef,
and Kalo. Then on my left, extreme the other side, Marjorie and the team will be handling beans and matoke that side. So you can see the entire country, the entire region is represented. Thank you.
Honourable Minister, I might steal you, and we might make it men versus women. Come this side. No. Oh, okay.
So,
can we wash our hands first?
Sure.
Before we touch food?
That's a very good idea.
Jack is here.
So there is some water here.
As earlier indicated, these are experts. You notice how they said we have to first wash our hands before we touch food. They know the procedures of dealing with food. So as they wash their hands, please keep your eyes on the screens to appreciate what you're working on.
As we're getting set for you, I will sell to you for free a very quick recipe of what we're going to do here. With the beef, as they will be preparing, we have very simple ingredients. It's just beef. It can be a beef of your choice or a protein of your choice. It could be chicken, it could be fish. And the beauty about the machine is that it indicates and it helps you to choose whatever it is that you're cooking. But for the beef, we have onions, tomatoes, rosemary, garlic, of course a touch of salt and pepper and some soy sauce. Then the kalo is just kalo. It is millet and cassava flour put together. And then the potatoes, they're just potatoes from the ground, peel them, wash them, and they're ready to go. Please don't eat them raw. Then the other side, we have beans, which of course you have variety ways of cooking them, working with them. The choice is yours. Any sort of vegetables can go very well. The matoke is matoke.
Thank you. So I see Dr. Ruth is doing some magic up here. Doctor, could you please guide us? What is it that you are doing for my fellow husbands and fathers to also get to do this at home?
Okay, this is called a kawuo, which you have to put first, and this is to make sure that you have enough cushion, and enough cushion helps for easy and faster cooking. So that's what I checked first to see whether they put the kawuo. And then you poor quality of the vyai.
Wrap the potatoes. I'll try and wrap
Like this.
Your Excellency, you can just explain as
So
you
this
do.
helps you
Just see.
lifting to put on the cushioned water. You are not supposed to place water without
sweet potatoes.
and they are already cooking. So should I get it? So because you don't want to be really waterlogged, you have to put further cushioning like this. Where are the leaves? Okay. Pressure cooker does not banana leaves, so you'll be saving on the leaves too. This is just it, and then you cover, and then you begin boiling. Oh, there is a saving there. Yes.
And just like that, you have matoke well prepared in a pressure cooker. Nick, take us on.
We are waiting for her to switch on, and we start the cooking on that side.
Marjorie, you can show the minister the matoke button. Okay.
We're just doing the safety measures.
This side? Yes, please turn it. You have a
The rest of us, you can equally see those on the other EPCs.
Actually, the button has the matoke on it.
sealed. Size. Pressed matoke.
And now the cooking has begun.
Okay. You can chop onions while you are waiting for the matoke to get ready. So who is going to prepare sauce?
This wants Joseph to prepare our sauce. He will just give us a brief of what he's going to prepare that we will eat with what Honorable Doctor has prepared.
I will be directed on what to chop. Okay. Is this fresh bread? Okay, so we've got some beans in the pressure cooker in the EPC, and let me add some accompaniments to the beans. Chef, I hope this is a decent knife. I cook a lot.
For the chopping capabilities.
So to those of us that can't see, our specialist is equally specialized in chopping. Just like Her Excellency has noted, the tomatoes have been well done. So the onions, and then they go into the pan. So thereafter, Joseph will be taking on some tomatoes, some carrots, garlic. So our fellow men, this is as easy as Joseph has demonstrated, and all thanks to a clean cooking appliance such as an EPC. So please feel free to get yourself one and go practice what Joseph is doing right here back home.
This is a lot of work now. Thank you.
So as Joseph finalizes his additives, Honorable Feta will also be introducing us to the next dish that he will be making, and thereafter we'll have Her Excellency also give us what additional stews she's preparing. Yes, Henry?
He'll just switch on his water for now.
So Honorable Feta will be demonstrating to us another meal. Uganda, we are very blessed. Usually meals will have more than one food. So we have matoke made by the Honorable Minister.
Sorry, this is my space, so I'm in charge. Okay, just to take you through, Her Excellency will demonstrate for us how to do the beef, and then the Honorable Minister will demonstrate how to do the sweet potatoes. And I'm doing that because I've been hijacked, but I am okay. Thank you. So
I'll have a go at this. So first will be seasoned.
yeah. First of all, she's going to season our beef with salt and pepper. The seasoning is, of course, to your tasting, depending on your palate or your guests. After which, she will also put a touch of black pepper, and then a variety of vegetables. The vegetables can vary. The beauty about this equipment is that it's not discriminative. It doesn't cook well some vegetables and not the others. Whatever you have, depending on your cooking style, you can use it and everything will be perfect. So she's seasoning, salt and pepper. a touch of soy sauce. It could be light soy sauce, it could be dark. I would recommend light soy sauce for you. Yeah. Yes. She's doing the simplest work.
They have given me the easy job.
So then we can, yes. In the pot, we already have some water there. Now, the water will depend on how much you're cooking, how much beef you're cooking, and how much stew that you want to have. For us, we're using approximately 700 mils to 1 liter of water in here. And the beauty about it is that you don't lose anything. You put in 1 liter, you get exactly 1 liter back. So there's no evaporation. Please. Yes.
And then we add in the tomato.
Yes. Now we can put our vegetables in no specific order. They're going to cook together. Tomatoes are added.
They haven't trusted me with the chopping. That's what I've noticed. This is rosemary. Yes, sorry. So no mixing, no anything, just leave it to do its thing. Can you seal it? Turn it this way. Yeah. Yep. And then we find the button.
Yes, this side, and we choose.
Choose which one, or which one would we choose for the meat? There's a meat button. It's that simple. Wow. Fantastic. So that means 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
That's incredible.
So if you're having abrupt guests and you have to rush to do something in the kitchen, this is the best way to go. 7 minutes and the beef is ready to go.
That's amazing. Okay, I'm interested now. I'm buying one now. Now I've learned 7 minutes. That's incredible.
So now, as the protein or the beef is going here, the Honorable Minister is also going to demonstrate here, and we'll see from the pan how long the potatoes are going to take to cook. We already peeled, so just align the cloth. And the reason we are using the banana leaves is that this equipment does not take away from the natural and the national flavor of the banana leaves. So you actually can use banana leaves. Instead of using foil and any other plastic, you still can use your natural banana leaves, and you'll get that flavor that we all crave for when we do local food.
Very well with the matoke. You should have given me color to do.
You're going to do
No, Minister ruled out color from here today. She said today no color.
For me.
Just make sure they're all covered inside. All dry. So cover and turn, and then you choose the breast, then you turn it.
So, in addition to being our mayor, to those that know, Honorable Uhu is also a pilau master. So he will be observing what our cooking experts under the stewardship of Chef Henry have given us this afternoon.
Yes, because it's all steam.
Yeah. Because there is no soup facility here, we'll use the matoke.
Yeah, we're choosing matoke because, you know, we have a variety of starch, and most of our food can be steamed, so we cannot have like 20 buttons on the same machine. So the matoke can go for any food that is to be steamed. Cassava, potatoes, the button for matoke can go for any steamed food. It could be cassava, it could be sweet potatoes, it could be Irish potatoes, it could be matoke. it has a button for rice. For rice, it's different.
When you are cooking sweet potatoes at home there and you don't see it on this button here, you don't need to get worried. You can use a matoke to steam the sweet potatoes. Thank you. And we're only going to require 5 minutes.
Imagine.
Only 5 minutes.
5 minutes. So when you put 5 minutes together with the 7 minutes, so the meat will be ready.
Within 10 minutes, everything is ready. Meat is ready, matoke is ready, sweet potatoes.
So as we are taking some few minutes for our food to cook, I will hand you over to the MCs.
As earlier indicated, when you're using an electric pressure cooker, you can put on your food and do other things. Right about now, we want to invite our guests to take their seats so that we can have speeches, and then we'll come back to taste. No, it's not. There's no hands. Yeah, you want it to be there. So, would you want to keep the apron, or we can put it back after, because you'll be giving the speech? I think we can keep it for the kitchen, then are you happy keeping it as you give your speeches? It's okay if you feel comfortable. I don't know. It's a good one because you're also branding and promoting the project. So it's at your wish. Thank you. You're keeping on the apron?
I'm not sure it quite goes.
You can keep it. He's keeping hers. He says he's keeping it.
So as our chefs this afternoon get back from the kitchen, we also would like to recognize the presence of Dr. Ivan Lule. He's a board member at the National Planning Authority, and we hope in the next plans, clean cooking will take center stage. In our midst, we also have the Electricity Regulatory Authority, who plays a key role in electric cooking. Majority of us are afraid that cooking using electricity is quite expensive. So I would just like Patrick to just give us a few insights about the cooking tariff. Thank you.
Thank you so much, MC. Patrick Titembe from Electricity Regulatory Authority. Before I talk about the actual cost of this cooking, I wanted to also share information as a user of the EPC that when you use that EPC, you will actually save a lot of energy costs. The specific pressure cookers that are being used there have an inbuilt meter. I need to confirm that when we started cooking, all of them were reading 0, and at the end of the cooking, they should tell us how many units that each of the dishes has utilized. And I can tell you without fear of contradiction that all those meals are going to take less than 0.4 units. A unit of electricity for a domestic customer today is at 803 units, excluding VAT. If you include the VAT, it will still be less than 1,000. If you can be able to cook meat at 0.4 units, it means that you are going to be using less than 400 shillings to have a complete meal of meat. One thing that is really very important is that pressure cookers, some of them have an extra lid that for the same cost of energy, you can actually prepare meat at the bottom, and you also steam different dish like potatoes on top. So at a cost of less than 500 shillings, you are actually having a complete meal. Now, we need to take this message and tell our people who use charcoal of 4,000 to cook those dishes that we are able to save a lot of money by adopting electric cooking. The Electricity Regulatory Authority take a lead to incentivize electric cooking by introducing an electric cooking tariff. It is something that was developed and still under development. Currently, that tariff is at 412 shillings per unit. Now imagine if you have 412 shillings per unit and you're to use 0.4 of a unit. That is precisely about 160 shillings. So things have improved and they are still improving. We can all be sure that we are able to undertake electric cooking at the cheapest cost possible, and it's a cost that can actually not be outcompeted and incomparable with any other source of energy that we have around. This is factual, this is provable, it is not fiction, it's not theory, it's not marketing, it's not selling. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Patrick, for those insights. Ladies and gentlemen, join me welcome Her Excellency Kate Eyre to address us. Thank you.
Before I do the protocol, I think this is the first time in Uganda, in fact anywhere, where I've given a speech in an apron. Just for a moment there. There's always a first in Uganda. You just never know where the first is going to come from. But I shall go to formalities now. First of all, to the Honourable Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, to a personal friend. You're extremely welcome. We are honoured by having you here today. Thank you very much. To all of the heads of delegation here present, representatives also of the PS. It's lovely to have other friends, including His Worship, the Mayor of Kampala Central as well, UN agencies, cultural leaders here present, religious leaders here present, and obviously our friends and colleagues from the media. You are all extremely welcome. I did love how our MC said, remember you are at a residence, my residence, but it's your home. So relax and feel at home. I'm extremely pleased to be launching the Clean Cooking Programme this afternoon, which builds on a really successful pilot within the e-cooking sector that really the UK had the fortune to be able to support, partnering with Loughborough University. And as we are seeing today, and I think we're learning today, it's really a technological leap forward towards sustainable energy solutions, better health, as well as environmental conservation, and tackling actually the cost of living as well in our countries. It is a remarkable win, 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 win. It's one of those moments where I really think we have found something that is going to make a real difference. But my thanks go also, of always, to the government of Uganda, and actually none of this would be possible without the leadership of the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, who've really been tirelessly supporting this journey and enabling us to be the best partners we can be. There's also a real tribute here to some of the technological brains behind this, Professor Ed Brown and Dr. Simon Batchelor from Loughborough University, who have actually made all of the tech behind this possible. But I think what's worth noticing is, I have to confess, the buttons, Matoke it wouldn't sell in the UK quite like it sells here in Uganda. Because one of the things we have learnt as the British is there's no point building things for our market when they are meant for yours. So actually, we have worked very hard with Ugandans here and through Makerere University and through the ministry to make sure that that technology is adapted for local needs. And that's really important. Uganda, I mean, it's been a phenomenal journey in terms of electrification and access to electricity. 57% of the population now accessing reliable electricity. The generation capacity has doubled, resulting in an electricity surplus. And yet we're finding that Ugandans are still relying on charcoal and firewood for cooking. And we know that the use of traditional biomass, it isn't just about the cost of that that's going up, but it's also around the health impacts it has, leading to an estimated 3.2 million premature deaths annually. and as well as disproportionately those impacts are felt on women and children, as well as the impact on deforestation, which is why His Excellency has taken such a strong stance on this, because of the fact that deforestation places communities at risk of landslides, of floods, and of drought. So really, this is the moment. This is the moment where all of the things come together. The electricity, the renewable electricity here in Uganda, together with all of those, the technology, as well as the cost savings, to make a phenomenal difference. And under the leadership of the Minister of Energy, and I hope to say with friends like us, we are absolutely sure this is the moment where all of that will change. I'm very proud that the UK government has made clean cooking a global priority, with modern energy cooking services part of that. But it's a priority we share with the government of Uganda, helping them to deliver their national determined contributions and a rightly ambitious target to transition 65% of the population here in Uganda to cleaner cooking methods by 2030. And we know, as you have heard, that EPCs are going to play a vital part of that journey. What's amazing is just the demand, actually. It's just, and you can see why with the demonstration, you know, just in terms of time saved, money saved, the demand for this product is phenomenal. Just to tell you, we always try and walk our talk. So we put these on sale, first of all, for our own staff, because we want to test, we want to make sure it's right. Within a couple of months, half of our staff were singing the praises, not just had bought them and introduced them, but were selling them on to their families, to their mother-in-laws and their mothers, exactly. Now, in any culture, when your mother says you're onto a good thing, you are onto a good thing. So the feedback we have had is overwhelming, and really we know how it's changing lives, and the demand is growing day by day. And so actually we're also delighted today to be announcing that the UK support to build on the success, we're going to continue it. We're rolling out into that phase 2. We want to establish together with the ministry a high impact clean cooking unit within the ministry to drive and coordinate, support them to coordinate this delivery of this. We're going to set some ambitious targets for us that we will support the ministry to deliver, which will focus on establishing a nationwide supply chain here in Uganda of at least 10,000 high-quality electric cooking appliances across the country. We're going to specifically focus on 6,000 households within the informal settlements to ensure that we're actually including everyone in this journey towards clean cooking, as well as building partnerships with local communities to ensure that this change that we are starting is sustainable. But, and I absolutely believe this, none of this would have been possible without the leadership of the ministry. I think, Ruth, I'm trying to remember, was it 2-3 years ago, you mentioned, when you first came to office, you mentioned this to me. You said, this is what I want to do. This, I can see there is an opportunity here. There is opportunity for our people here. There is an opportunity for the environment here and for the electricity sector here. I want this done. And she is a lady, when she says she wants something done, you are going to do it. And that leadership that she has provided, and I have really had the privilege of working very closely with her, supporting her to deliver a number of priorities to the best of my ability, as she knows. And this is one of them. And so I'm very proud in these last few days I have in Uganda that I can stand here, launch this programme, commit that this programme will continue for the UK government, and we will continue to follow her lead to deliver the change that she wants to see in Uganda. She's a phenomenally talented minister. And I may be a diplomat, but Ruth, you know this isn't flattery from me. It isn't flattery from me. She's an impressive woman. And today, disturbingly, I've also learnt she can cook. So what is she not capable of? Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today. I know you're going to do great things for Uganda on clean cooking. And as the UK government, as the British High Commissioner here in Uganda, we are just very grateful to play a very small part in that journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And next we'll have a virtual address from Professor Ed Brown of the University of Loughborough. Media team, please.
Hello, everybody. I've just been made clear that I'm actually live already. So apologies if you were just looking at my face, looking down, trying to work out what was going on. I've been following the activities this morning on the YouTube link, so it's been fantastic to see all of the activity that's been going on this morning. Let me begin, however, formally by saying, Your Excellency, thank you in particular for your very kind words for myself and Simon. There are a massive amount of people that have been working on these issues for some considerable time. So I think thank you for your mentioning of our two names. But as you went on to say, there are many people who have contributed to what we are celebrating today. Honourable Minister, Honourable Members of Parliament, Permanent Secretary, Representative, the Mayor of Kampala, development partners and distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. It's fantastic to join you and to say a few words on behalf of the next programme, the Modern Energy Cooking Services programme, and for the UK aid that funds that programme and the support that we've been able to bring. I've been following the events this morning with a lot of delight for a number of reasons. One is to hear from the previous speakers the excitement that there is in the room around addressing the Clean Cooking Challenge and the specifics of electric cooking, but also seeing people actually using the appliances that we've been promoting and developing, and the excitement in terms of learning more about how you can utilize these appliances in the preparation of meals that are part and parcel of daily life in Uganda. So I'm absolutely delighted to share in the celebration that there is today of what we can do together to promote a novel and sustainable solution to Uganda's Clean Cooking Challenge. We began this journey somewhere between 7 and 10 years ago when we started looking at why there were still so many people globally and across Africa that were still utilizing wood or charcoal for their cooking when they did have access to the electricity network or potentially to off-grid forms of electricity. When we first started looking at this, many people said that we were mad for many of the reasons that Victoria talked about at the start of this session, that it was too expensive, that it didn't fit cultural preferences and so on. And what we've tried to do with the support of the UK aid funding that we've received over the last 6 to 7 years is provide the evidence that shows that the prospects for cooking with electricity are really scalable. So looking at the efficiency of appliances, the affordability of those appliances to those in lots of different circumstances in lots of different countries, the cultural fit, the taste of the food that comes through the appliances that we've been promoting, the convenience of being able to just press a button and leave an electric pressure cooker to cook your food for you, but also not just to address the challenges of providing clean cooking fuels, but also the role that enhancing demand can play in making utilities and making mini-grid companies, for example, more profitable, increasing consumption levels, and addressing some of the difficulties that those organisations face. So now we're in a situation where, together with a whole range of international partners, we're beginning to see those partners realise the massive potential of electric cooking. Together with our partners, we saw a range of partners come together at COP last year and launch the Global Electric Cooking Coalition. We've recently heard of some significant investments by the African Development Bank in electric cooking. So this is something that is beginning to emerge, and it's a number of countries are beginning to grasp the opportunity. And it's actually through the hard work and vision of our many Ugandan partners that we are now seeing Uganda as one of the most important voices that is embracing and leading the uptake of electric cooking. So this is a real partnership. This programme that's being launched today has been developed as the result of an intensive process of co-creation and close collaboration between MEMS, the Ministry, the British High Commission, ourselves at MEX, our partners in ENACT and GGGI, and we've produced an innovative, ambitious and most importantly of all, deliverable set of activities through which we can together facilitate the scaling of truly clean cooking across Uganda. We're looking forward to working with everyone that's here in this meeting today in delivering this vision together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Ed. Ladies and gentlemen, join me welcome Honorable Dr. Ruth Sentamo, the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, to deliver her speech. Thank you.
Hello? Okay. Let me also swag around with my attire because it is the first time that I'm giving a speech putting on this attire. What a wonderful change. Thank you, Your Excellency, the British High Commissioner to Uganda, my colleagues, members of Parliament. Honorable Feta is representing my Minister of State, but he's also the Vice Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources. And the team from the Ministry of Energy, I saw Commissioner Brian, Secretary, and the team, people from Electricity Regulatory Authority, distinguished guests from government, British High Commission and other departments, and organizations, members of the private sector, and all of you good cooks this afternoon. Good afternoon to you. I am so grateful that I have made it this afternoon. I was squeezed in between programs. I'm supposed to be in State House Entebbe at 2 on the invitation of the Minister of Education. So I'll pray that she delays the meeting. She gets delayed so that I catch up with the meeting at State House. I almost delegated a minister. Unfortunately, all my colleagues are in the field. So I ended up being here, and it was a good thing. I thank God for that. I'd like to thank Her Excellency, Ambassador Kate, my friend, for hosting us this afternoon. It's not my first time to come here, of course. You've been coming here and enjoying food, enjoying good discussions, planning, strategizing on how to push and pull through the seemingly difficult projects in the ministry, and I'm happy to report that we are getting progress and that we are ticking in the box one by one. So I'm very grateful for your openness and your advices ever. So thank you so much for not only being ambassador, but an ambassador extraordinary. Ambassador extraordinary to clean cooking. And this is a cause that is so crucial to our plans and the future, very crucial. Whether you like it or yes, you have to move. You have to change. So this demonstration this afternoon has been very critical. It has helped many of us to deal with stigma. That kind of stigma, like we had a story here told by an engineer who was stigmatized. You get a donation of a cooker, you donate also. You know, a gift at a wedding, you donate the cooker that was donated to you, as if you don't want it. But something in you is telling you, those things are difficult. Electricity, no, you won't manage. And so you're comfortable. And this is happening at whatever level, even amongst us, ministers, members of parliament, you close your eyes and look behind there in your kitchen, you are seeing sacks of charcoal. They are about to get finished. You are planning to get more in the village. And they are firewood. There is firewood. There is, you know. And we are comfortable. And we have cookers in our homes. Some of them act like flower pots in the kitchen. You rarely touch it. We have to open up and be sincere and be the ones to do it first. Tell yourself to be the one to do it first and say, enough is enough. After all, charcoal is too expensive. Now, this afternoon's demonstration is again telling us, giving us more justification as to why everybody should abandon charcoal, because it is not affordable anymore. Where is firewood? I've been telling participants in international conferences where I've been participating that in Uganda, people own forests commercially. I find you in my bank stealing my money, I will chase you. My forest is for commercial purposes. Timber is not for you to come and pick, you know, firewood. So where are the forests for firewood? And so people are resorting to using anything that will generate heat. Polythene. The day I saw children picking polythene, you know, rubbish. It's not that they are cleaning up. No. They're collecting this to go home and cook with. Double jeopardy. Fire from polythene. So it is serious. This is serious. The subject of clean cooking should be very close to our hearts, all of us. We must get annoyed. You can't fight when you are laughing. I'm going to beat you. I am going to beat you. You have to get annoyed and fight, right? You have to get annoyed and fight. So we have to get annoyed. The time I remember how my sister who used to follow me died. The girl coughed from year 4 because she was staying with our Jaja. And the Jaja used to cook from inside the small house in the village. She came and told my mom when she delivered another, you know, sibling to take away Jennifer, who was following me. The girl started coughing. I shared this in Paris when I was there. I was addressing media because it is a true story. The girl started coughing. That, you know, treated the cough wapi. And she died at 27. Coughing. Coughing. Real, for real. And that's how our Jaja used to cough. The Jaja used to cough, was coughing. And now that we've started talking about the effect of the soot, CO2, I started adding one on one. It could have been the cause. So really, the problem is with us. We must get annoyed and fight it. The negative consequences are for real. It's only that we can't see ourselves, what is inside. You just see what is outside. If you were to reflect the mirror and put it inside, to bring out what is inside, people will not be smoking. I'm sorry for those who are who are smokers. People would stop smoking. People would stop burning, you know, charcoal. People would stop all the sources that produce that deadly CO2. So the risks are for real. And so the talk has always been telling what Uganda is losing in terms of forest cover. It's for real. You move around the villages and you're not seeing trees. So it's not something that is hidden. I will not go into deep discussion about how much we are losing, and therefore, what government is doing. Ambassador Kate has told you how it started all. In my first interaction with her, in her beautiful home, I mentioned clean cooking, and she picked it up. And therefore, I'm very, very grateful that we are here today. She picked it up. I narrated stories to her, you know, and she really picked it up. I want to appreciate her. I want to thank you so much. So we have to make sure that we do our obligation as government. First obligation is to make sure that we connect people to clean energy. The State House meeting has been cancelled. Hallelujah! I will be installed as a lay canon in Church of Uganda on the 1st of November. This is now information that has come in because I normally pray for my programs, for sure. And I normally receive a solution from God. Either the meeting has been cancelled, like now, I swear, or it is postponed, or something to create space for me to do what I want to do best, like being here this afternoon. So for other programs, because they know I was going to be in State House, let them think that I'm in State House so that I can finish with you properly without escaping. So I'm going to sit here. I want to thank God for this. Well, the meeting was critical, but I know an appropriate time will come for me to attend without being in a rush. So I was telling you that these gadgets, this technology requires connection. So it's our obligation as government to do the last mile connection, to make availability of electricity for people to use. That is our obligation. And on the 3rd of this month, God again worked. A miracle happened in West Nile, that entire region. Since 1901, more than 100 years have been away from the national grid. It happened this month. Thank you very much. And you would have seen the excitement from Honorable Feta's face. Even now, he's really, because I don't know how to explain the situation, but I aired out a commitment so that God can bless it. And I promised them that before 2026, the region would be connected to the national grid. I didn't even know what I was going to face as in challenges, but I just aired it out so that God can bless it, and he blessed it. He blessed it. So last mile connection there is very critical. People will continue cutting down trees in search for charcoal and all that because they have to cook. So honorable colleagues, this is now the next program that we are embarking on, using the available money. And the Obongi district, with the 12 kilometers only, we are going to work around the clock and make sure that we fully connect Obongi district. This will then make sense to the people of West Nile. Clean cooking, using electricity will make sense to the person who has been connected to electricity. So that is our obligation. Secondly, power reliability. As you have put your matoke in the cooker and you have touched the button, you walk away knowing that 10 minutes, matoke will be ready. Power goes, comes, goes. Matoke will turn black and you will face it rough with your husband. You cannot even explain the issues of power outages. Say, how can you? And so to save people's marriages, you know.
as we move towards cooking using electricity, this electricity must be there. It must be reliable. We must upgrade the old systems. We must inject more transformers, because each time a new customer gets connected on the system, the old transformer can no longer hold the load that has been put on it. This is why we keep on, getting. When I came here this morning, I heard a boom, boom, boom. Maybe because of the many cookers. There is that unreliability and instability of power. So power reliability is the mandate of government to make sure that we don't spoil the appliances. Power goes, comes back and forth. You lose a fridge, you lose a gadget, you lose a TV. We are sorry, but we get overwhelmed. Those long distances of wires without any stopover, without any interchange, they cause these problems of power instability. So that is our obligation. Then the cost of power. As we continue to sensitize people, the more we sensitize them on using electricity, the more they realize that they can afford using this electricity. Demonstrate, okay? Demonstrate. I learned something new here. The guy from ERA told us, scientifically tested, proved that actually electricity is becoming cheaper in cooking than using charcoal or any other source. So let's continue to demonstrate this so that the issue, the checkwas, so the issue of power being costly is brought away, doesn't come anymore. So we will be able to demonstrate that. So we are determined to continue with power generation. Our energy generation strategy is out, was approved by Cabinet. I pray that we shall have money to invest into it. But even if we don't get the whole amount we need, the fact that we amended the 1999 Electricity Act to remove the monopoly into the sector, we opened it to the private sector to come and invest in generation. Because the resource you are generating has market, okay? You can't say that you have too much electricity. As you complain about excess power, investors who want to invest in data centers, cryptocurrency data centers, have come in this country. I'm overwhelmed. I have actually put a capping on the 7 that I have, because I can end up running out of power again. Somebody wants to buy 300 megawatts for data center, 300. So we are not scared of generating more power. We can sell it to South Sudan. Under the Eastern African Power Pool, we are constructing infrastructure. So there is no time that government or that this country will die of too much of power, because it will have a market. And the more power we get, the more less costly it becomes. We are also thinking about, planning to make sure that we use part of the LPG, the gas that we will get from upstream development. We expect about 200,000 tons of gas. 100 from Tileng and Kingfisher, but another 100,000 from the refinery. So that will help us to work as standby for those who will be able to afford having these electricity cookers, but also the gas cylinder, so that you are able to manage the power and reliability in case it comes. So we will also have to demonstrate that using LPG is not that deadly, because we fear our house girls, we call them house girls, maids, you can end up losing a house. Don't come near LPG. Gas, gas is terrible. So we also have to work on the stigma on gas. Adoption is not something that comes like thunder. It is a process for people to adapt the change from one system to the other. We should not sit and assume that the mere fact that we are making the cookers cheaper, electricity cooker cheaper, that people will quickly adopt. No, we need to spend time to come in. So I'm calling upon our media partners to help us bring this out. You would have also contributed towards cleaning of your country. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to specifically thank all of you who have made it possible, who have worked with the ambassador, because she does not work alone, for making this happen. So that this program which we are launching today will support the government of Uganda's agenda through those interventions that I have mentioned. But for emphasis, that this will strengthen the supply chain system to address availability and affordability of these changes. And also the awareness and behavioral change campaign so that we promote adoption of the new change will also be achieved. It will make sure that we achieve our planned goal to transit about 6,000 households who are in informal settlements. When you move around the villages, you see them. We have to target them, bring them on board. And we hope that this program is going to help us touch 6,000 of them. We will begin from Kampala, because in Kampala, I can say that we are almost 90-something% connected to electricity in Kampala. But we see trucks of charcoal coming in Kampala. So we have to do work here. As we plan to extend last mile connection in Imaracha, we have to target to clean up Kampala's cooking style. So in Kasokoso, in those areas, we have to target them. We didn't discuss the affordability of the gadgets that we are promoting. We have to talk about how affordable are they, the sizes. There are those with bigger families, Ambassador. They look, those gadgets we've used this afternoon look small. The matoke for one person. Okay? So we have to look at the sizes also. And those sizes will help us to also target schools. The boarding schools around us have teachers. The teachers use charcoal in their houses. They use charcoal. You go to my school, Nabisunsa Girls' School, you know, you'll find in the teachers' quarters, charcoal stoves are there. So we have to target the teachers, and we have to make sure that the relevant sizes, because we can't have one size fits all. In family and eating, no. You say very tiny person, eating, okay? And the vice versa. So we have to do that. So I am sure that this program will strengthen local private sector to make sure that they get more and more involved. And I want to assure my key player with whom we've been moving, the Ugandan National Alliance for Clean Cooking. National Alliance for Clean Cooking. That one must pull everybody to liaise with them and associate with clean cooking. Thank you, my team. Permanent Secretary has not been able to be here, but she is represented by a big team seated up there.
we've been moving with her greatly. So I want to thank my team, first of all, for being good teachers, or tutors. They teach me every day. Every day I learn a new thing and I jump around as if I'm an expert. But I think I'm a good student. I'm a good student. I'm a good salesperson. But it is planned in the ministry. And then we say, we go, we go, we go. Yes, we go. And I hit the ground. It's an amazing team, and I'm happy. I'm not complaining. My team in the ministry and the agencies, UECCC, those agencies I work with, Electricity Regulatory Authority, they make me proud. We are really achieving a great deal. To work with an authority who has been nominated the best for 5 consecutive years on the continent, why can't you look the way I look? I look happy. So thank you so much. I also want to I have thanked the ambassador, but I want to thank the government, the British government, who sent you here. The British government is the one also taking you away. So I thank them, but taking you away is indeed something which we don't celebrate, because we wanted to continue with you. You mixed with us very well. It's as if you were a Nankabirwa or Nakanwaji, or, you know. We love you. We appreciate the work that you've done. And let my voice go to your supervisors that you've done well in Uganda. And we will wish you well wherever you are going to be posted. And we will look for you when we step in UK, so that we can continue interacting. There are other implementing partners, Modern Energy Cooking Services of Labrador University, ICLE of Africa, the Global Green Growth Institute, and all the national stakeholders, please. You worked very well, you are working very well with my ministry on this program and other many programs, a program which is going to have an impact, great impact on the lives of the people of Uganda. Thank you so much for those who have organized this event. Yeah, I want to end by representing a gift to Ambassador Kate from my ministry. Just hang it somewhere. Hang it somewhere. When you look at it, you will remember our interaction. Thank you so much. Yes. And here, food that we have cooked, some of us who cooked matoke, you have to be careful what time you spend in the kitchen, otherwise you'll bring matoke which is not matoke. But as I was speaking, I know that my matoke is simmering down, okubobeza. So that means you can even kubobeza on this cooker. You can add in some more few minutes and you kubobeza so that the taste comes out very well. Thank you very much. Thank you all for listening to me. May God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for such words. And as she has mentioned, our food is ready for tasting, except one dish. Perfect, you got it right. Honorable Godfrey requested that he should make the kalo. I would like to invite you, sir, to the kitchen to finalize with the mingling of millet. And as he does that, I would like to invite Chef Henry to give us a brief, and thereafter I will invite my other colleagues to join. Of course, the chefs that prepared those meals will help us prepare them to serve. I'll also select some
people to represent the rest of us to test what has been cooked. Yes. So
thank you. Once again, good afternoon. It's a great honor and privilege to be before you and presenting this. I just want to give you a precaution. Please listen. We are going to release some pressure because we are cooking with pressure. So please don't be scared. So I'm going to ask my colleagues here, Rachel and Jovia, to help me release the pressure. When you see the pss, 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 don't run, okay? It's just releasing the pressure. That is one. Then number two, if you notice, we've taken a little longer that side. So our food has been ready a long time ago. The beauty about the equipment is that even when you get carried away with whatever else you're doing, it can automatically adjust from finishing the cooking to keep whatever you're cooking warm. So it automatically adjusts, and it adjusted during that time. So everything got cooked in the time we set, but has been kept warm. And even to Honorable, who was scared about her food to be a little bit overcooked, actually, because it has been warm. Then the other interesting bit, which I think all Ugandans will be interested in, is the power consumption, the energy. It saves quite a lot. On the machines, it is written kilowatt hour, and 1 kilowatt hour is equivalent to 1 unit, as we know locally here in Uganda. And you're going to be very surprised that none of what we have cooked has actually used a whole unit. A unit which is, I think, 800 or 900 shillings. None of what we have cooked here has consumed the entire unit. So you can imagine how much you're saving on that. As I'm giving you that, I'm going to ask Honorable, please take on, with Rachel's guidance, take us with this. But also, and I am pausing to say this, I know when food comes, people tend to forget. But just in case you forget, let me remind you. My name is Chef Wanyama Henry. I am a chef by passion. I love creativity and innovation, and that's why I am part of this. I run a culinary school called the Culinary School Uganda. We specialize in making chefs. We are located in Ntinda along Chisasi Road. So for those who own hotels, restaurants, anybody in need of a chef, it is the Culinary School Uganda. On your socials, just check the Culinary School or the Cooking School Uganda, you will get it. But just now to shift your attention, for those who are not facing this way, on camera you can see what is happening. I don't need to explain that. But Honorable, the other side at the extreme end is finishing up the matoke. And then next to me here, the kalo is also in action.
I would like...
Now, how I wish this was my home, I would invite everybody to lunch. But since it is not my home, I'm going to be very selective. I'll have just a few come and test what we have done. Please, if you choose to clap, come on, go ahead and clap and appreciate that. Thank you. Like I said, I would be inviting everybody to lunch, but it's not my home. But I guarantee next time I will invite you, all of you. But for today, I will have just a chosen few to come and just test and see what we have done. And then all the information about the equipment is readily available on the social media platforms. There are teams here that will give you all the information. Once again, I've been honored, and at the moment, I want to hand you over to the MC.
Thank you very much, Tom. I would like to have some of those who are willing to taste the food. Please raise up and go to the kitchen.
So, Nick, we have Dr. Ivan Rule from the NPA. He's one of our testers. Dr. Ivan, please come forward. We have Dr. Rebecca from the Lung Institute. We have Dennis Gaga from the Climate Finance Unit.
We equally have the Prince of Busoga, Prince Wilson, joining us to taste the food. We have the country director, FAO, Mr. Antonio, joining us to taste the food. We have a representative from Buganda Kingdom, TD, joining us for the tasting of the food, and I think she's more interested in the matoke.
We also have Honorable Salim Uhuru, our Pilau Master.
I also have a representative from UECCC, Mr. Samuel, joining us to taste the food.
So like we had informed you, Honorable Feta is doing some magic to a local delicacy called kalo. Chef, could please give us some additional insights about this dish?
Thank you. Now, kalo is a food that cuts across. The difference is that in different regions of the country, it is cooked differently. However, some regions like it very soft, others like it hard. Some people mix it with cassava flour. In where I come from the land of the wise men, in the east, we put some cassava flour, and if we have also some sorghum, we also put it just for flavor and color. So there are different ways of working with it. However, the beauty about the equipment is that whether you want it soft or hard, with or without cassava or millet or sorghum, you still can pull it off. And the beauty about the pans is that they don't, you know how we do it in our local pans and they get sticky and you have to like soak it or scrub it. The beauty about this is that after the pan rests a little bit and it can easily clean off.
Thank you so much, Chef. So I see Dr. Ruth is ready with the matoke. Joseph is ready with the stew.
Given that this is climate change friendly, I would want to invite the Commissioner Climate Change, Commissioner Margaret, to join us here to witness what is happening here.
Where's the numbers? Sina simu, I can use yours on.
My password is the first or even number.
I can stand where you are.
24680.
So you want me to mention?
Yeah, so
Let me start with the matoke.
matoke, you can even mention as they're talking.
So I would want also to provide the statistics from this side as the different testers go on. Our Honorable Youth prepared matoke. The build-up time was 5 minutes and the cooking took 10 minutes of the matoke. That's about 0.29 units of energy. Using the rate we have, that's equivalent to 275 shillings cooking the matoke. The preparation for sweet potatoes, build-up time was 5 minutes. Actual cooking took 10 minutes. It consumed 0.19 units, an equivalent of 180 shillings. For beef, the build-up time was 5 minutes and the cooking was 7 minutes. It used 0.3 units, an equivalent of 284 shillings. For our beans, the build-up was also 5 minutes. Actual cooking took 20 minutes and energy used was 0.43 units, which is 407 shillings. Our kalo is from the time, of course, the preparation of water and the mingling. It has taken 5 minutes also to build up. Actual cook time has been 6 minutes, an equivalent of 0.13 units, which is approximately 123 shillings. When you sum up all the energy we've used to cook all these meals, it's 1 unit, 0.34. That's 1.34 units, an equivalent of 1,269 shillings.
Wow, that's an amazing number, 1,200 shillings for all the meals we have here. So we'll also be joined by the head of the EU Corporation for our food testing. We are requesting our media crew to just push up a bit. The media crew, please just push up a bit to allow our guests serve. Once again, I will hand over back to Chef Henry to guide us on what meals have been prepared and how they are going to serve.
Just a quick brief. We have quite a variety here, and to our guests, it's for testing purposes, so you have a choice. You can choose to test everything, you can choose to be selective. But we have sweet potatoes here, aka lumonde. Then we have beef, a stew that is made with no oil. It's just tomatoes, onions, garlic, some rosemary for flavor. We have our kalo, we have matoke, and then we also have some beans. Just a disclaimer. Regardless of how delicious it is not my job. I was just standing here, but this is the deliciousness. This is the deliciousness of the team that you see behind these pots. Thank you. So, cameraman, I'm just requesting, because we are so many and it's food time, we can get a little bit, so keep it that side, so the guests will walk all the way to you, please. Thank you. So. See how soft it is.
This is incredibly soft.
Do you want to use
Do you want it tight or a bit loose?
No, thank you.
This is a novel job. That's Irish.
No, thank you.
Hard.
Lord.
It's hard. I'm giving you
Okay.
this.
We'll do that. Tuwagize bulungi.
It's a pleasure to have you. I hope this is climate friendly.
Keep for some. We have to find them. Yes.
Come out well. We needed more fire. That's why I'm saying you go with the wolf.
Okay.
And go with the wolf.
Why are you ashamed to give me?
Because I know that I needed more time. Okay.
Thank you.
Time. I needed more time. I fear to put not to Rio.
Thank you very much.
The other
Tuwaulize.
Need some more massage?
I'm doing more massage.
As you may be able to witness, those that are testing having smiles, they're enjoying the meal that has been prepared by our experts, our Honorable Minister, Her Excellency the Ambassador, and our MPs that have been doing the cooking.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you, Honorable.
I will.
So, Joseph, you need to
There we go.
You can keep the matok.
Kindly just a little on the matoke.
I have to go. I have to go.
10 minutes were not enough. The minutes just need more water.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback.
There you are, reading double.
As people going with the tasting of the food, I would want to inform us that we are going for the photo opportunity. So I would want to invite our camera crew to start setting up down for the group photo.
Do you want to share your testimony?
We have some of the people that have tasted food that would want to share their testimonies. And here with me, I'll let him introduce himself and tell us about his feel of the food he has tasted.
Thank you very much. My name is Ivan Lule from the National Planning Authority. I tasted sweet potatoes, meat, beans and matoke. They all cooked very well. They were quite tasty. But I take exception of the sweet potatoes because they were quite natural in terms of taste. I found the beef to be so tender. If you had all the spices you wanted, you would really have a wonderful taste. And the beans were very, they kind of, they did the variety, I don't know the local name, it's called masavu. The masavu variety of beans, and they really swelled quite well. You could feel even the little salt that is inside had really penetrated very well. So I really liked the beans. The matoke was also good. I think it was just an issue of water, but I want to thank Dr. Nankabiwa for the wonderful preparation she did. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lole.
You have some more testimonies as netwachora abakyali manyaga tubeko batesters batuko bujulizi maybe abafumbye manyaga akona lebo naye we are taking some testimonies.
We have some other testers that would want to share their testimonies.
I'm coming to you, Dr. Mugaga, and so we would want to hear your testimony. How was the food?
It was. I'm Benjamin Zeitlin from British High Commission. Thank you very much to all our chefs. The food was delicious and very well cooked. The meat was tender and the matoke was delicious. Thank you.
My name is Dennis Mugaga. I head the Climate Finance Unit in the Ministry of Finance. I'm privileged that this is not my first tasting of the meal. At least I want to preach the gospel when I'm already experiencing it. So at home, I use one of these, so I know it's tasty. So I think it has been yummy, apart from maybe salt.
I took testimonies mainly from men, because when a man is convinced, he can acquire this appliance. is convinced. Ne camera zero. Camera two. Ne camera zero. Camera two.
We are going to have a testimony from our Honorable Minister, Dr. Ruth, sharing about her cooking experience in an APC and of course testing the food.
First of all, it was a very exciting exercise. I remembered my old days where we used to have competitions in peeling, peeling and then organizing and then cooking and then serving. That set in. It was as if we are on a test. But when I tasted what we've cooked, it was for real. The meat was tender, and if you are prepared with your spices, it can be really tasty. The beans, the fresh beans, they were able to get ready in the timed period. Save for the matoke, which I cooked, where we timed the 10 minutes, I think we need to increase. Because some matoke are really hard, depends on where they come from. Others are so soft. The matoke have different types, Impologoma, Chisansa. So this one was really hard. So when you realize that it is hard, I think you have to increase that time. Otherwise, it is for real. We cooked food and we ate it. Yes.
Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable. Ladies and gentlemen, our host this afternoon has invited us to lunch. So I'm kindly requesting we move down to the photo booth for a picture moment, and thereafter we'll have a lunch. Thank you.
Should I help you remove it? Yeah, lady.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, after the photo moment, we will come back in the tent here, and then we'll be ushered to where we'll have our lunch from. The photos are just right at the photo booth down here.
This is a challenge.
A serious one. A serious one.
Welcome to the committee. And,
yes.
It's going to be a pleasure.
There's a staircase.
Yes.
We look forward.
Tony Mwesigwa.